Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and, welcome to 28th edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Today, as usual, we always look at what is happening around the market globally and locally. Is this that form your decision at the same time because the chart or give you direction? That is why, as a trader or investor, you always want to look at your chart before you take any investment decision, either on particular stock or the trend of the market. Whether you are trading future, you are trading commodities, you are trading currency, anyone you are doing, you need to know the state of the market at that particular time you are entering to know where it's going. And because I always say that when the market is moving up, 50% of the market direction influence the other stocks that are listed. That is why anywhere in the world you see that the Apple call indices that reward. Those indices also represent either sector or the general market, like in US have S&P 500, it tells Dan Jones, all of them. Don't see it in our market like we have NGS, AIS also tells you exactly what is happening in the general market. Also have the sectoral index for banking, for insurance, for industrial, for consumer. All these just to let you know what is happening. That's why when you enter the market, you need to see what is happening before you jump into any decision, jump into any position of the market. Yes, today at the current volatile market, there are a lot of things for investors and traders to to be concerned about, ranging from inflation on the rise, geopolitical tension here and there, supply chain distortion, and also policy change because of what is happening. They are about to policies either at the federal level or state level or local government level. They must policy, and also economic managers will not sit down and be watching. They need also to tweak their policy to make sure that they put the economy in the right direction with what is happening. That is why you need to also be prepared. Also, as I mentioned, policy change, also political uncertainties, especially here in Nigeria, that electionary activities are just starting in preparation for 2023 general election. That means you see what is around us now, in Nigeria, because we are preparing for 2023 election. You can see that number of political parties are going up and down with a lot of activities. Some are started selling their form for presidential and all those stuff. This, but as from the second half of the year, the impact of all these activities will start returning. Yeah, it's possible that it will be a positive impact. If more funds start coming because of the electionary activities, the money will be in circulation. Where will the money go? Yes, also if inflation remains up, the fixed income market, as I said yesterday, that means real return will be negative. Will all those investor in those investment windows start selling off to come to equity where there's capital appreciation? I also high dividend that is above the inflation. Okay, which are the sectors that you can use to hedge against hedge your portfolio against the inflation? Which companies or industry that their product, even their service, even when there's inflation, they increase their price, the sales will still remain in the same direction, up direction. These are the things you'll be looking at. Because I say a lot of things investors are concerned with this period because things are happening like as if they are following each other. But as an investor, in the midst of all this, there are still opportunity for you to make money if you know how to play the game by using your fundamental, because those fundamental news, with the help of your chart, you know exactly when to know what to do at any given time. That is why in technical analysis, I always say that your index action or price action, your stop loss, your entry and exit strategy, they are very key. And also, if you want to talk on consistent kind of return in your investment, it starts from your mind. Consistency will start from your mind, because if you are consistent with your policy, by any trade you take, you take record of either you make loss or you make what you make gain. If keeping record of that, it becomes become part of you, that exactly the strategy that work for you, not strategy that work for Mr. A. No, the one that asks from them will not ask from Mr. B. But if we able to have that consistency in your mind, also at the same time you trade not every day when there's opportunity, because you are using your chart, your technical analysis to point out your entry point and your execution. Also, like I always say that the fundamental is very helpful when it comes to you picking your watch list, to know the kind of stocks that will help you, that you want to chart, to know the right price to buy them and the right price to exit them. That is why combining the two, the technical, the two analytical tools are very important. Whether we are using fundamental, the two must be. You might not say I'm a fundamental, you are not standing on one leg, no, or I'm only a chartist, no. You must. I said earlier here that forget about news and treat your chart. It's good, but the news will be reflected in the chart. That's why I say news is very important when you're trading, but chart will tell you where the news is going. As we go on, there are some information that also coming to the market that we're going to also share, in the process, because those information will have a way of changing the face of those, underlying asset or equity or stock. No, because this information will inform people attention to look the way of that stock. On that note, you need to also know exactly what to do at that particular time. If you know what to do at that particular time, you don't need to panic because you have your technical analysis, you have your fundamental to guide you at any given time. On that note, you need to also play safe. When you are playing safe, you use your stop loss. But so far, the market has largely remained bullish, especially in our market here. Despite what is happening in the last 3 weeks, our market has remained above 47,000 my index mark or psychological line, which is good. Despite the ongoing volatility and the uncertainties surrounding the economy and the market, however, this is also a time when investors need to be very careful. Investors need to be very careful. I said it, need to be very careful. Don't be carried away of your return. Know exactly when to exit. Don't be greedy. That's why I say you have to be very careful. Also, because you want to be very careful, you also want to play those sectors I call strong group and also strong sector that so that at the end of the day, your cash or your capital will also be protected in terms of what value. It is like I said, you have to also be very careful. There is also what we call there is a tendency to more to for stock to move from or tendency to for investors or stock or traders to move from the growth stocks to value stocks, all in the name of or safe haven. They want to move to safe haven. They don't forget that this safe haven for from defensive plane. We agree, but also remember in mind, I have in mind or remember that both stocks have their own what characteristics, their own characteristics. Also, what the value stock. If you understand that these stocks have their different characteristics, it will also help you to know what to do per time. Those stocks you are saying they are good stock want to drop. Why are you dropping them? Is it because of the sector where they operate? But don't forget that these stocks have their own characteristics. And also there are some good stocks that have good management, have good managerial skill team that also they are doing well. But if you know that it's because of what is happening that you want to dump them, that is another thing. That's why it says even know that those value stock also have their also time. Which sector are they operating? The one you call value stock, which industry are they operating? In the industry that is the volatility affecting them, or what is happening either globally or locally affecting that sector? That's why it's not just the name of dumping a growth stock to move for value or to go to defensive. You need to understand what work for each other. Because I always say that each stock on the exchange has different characteristics and they have different time to move. Everyone cannot move at the same time. If you understand that principle, that means you need to know where to be at the right time because your chart will tell you this is the right time to enter the stock. That's why you always need to chart your stock. That's why you have a watch list. That watch list means that you need to look at what is happening in those stocks per day. As market is before market open, you watch it. As market close, you watch. That will form you the right price to enter because they are in your watch list. You have set a price that you enter, which your chart will confirm. Once that is done, you are good to go. So in order for you to play safe and make money in this current market volatility, join me and other professionals at the Investdata Q2 Masterclass April 2nd. This April 2nd, I always hammer it because it will be a day that your portfolio will take another shape positively because it depends what you are doing. If you know you want to keep your consistent return, now we are seeing inflation taking up. You need to also play safe, going to sector that you know. This is why you must be in this training or in this master class so that those lesson or experience will be shared. At the same time, stock that you position for 90 days. And I told you earlier here that our position is between 30% and above, or 25, 28% and above in less than 90 days, or 90 days or 91 days, investment window or space or horizon. This period that within that 3 months, you're able to make something reasonable, you move. That's why I say you must not jump in the market every day. But once you position, you have your time frame, you're able to make money. You can achieve success yearly or quarterly, depending on your investment objective. That is why in Investdata, we have buy and sell signal for those that are weekly traders, for those that are also 6 months and 1 year investor. Depending on investment rule, you have different products that will suit you also at the same time, guide you to take informed investment decision. Yeah. On this note, we want to look at the state of the market and also the market news as we speak. Then before we look at the state of the market, I want to quickly go to the chart so that we can look at this chart together. This is the market as to speak. You can see the chart here. But before and I start looking at the chart, as we speak now, the market is in green. Yes, I will tell you that some stocks are really looking up this morning, which is good, and that has supported the market to be in the green at this hour. Market started, marginally, red in the morning, but before this, midday, market has changed to green because as more stocks were gaining, I see that it's changing. Despite the, as we speak now, we're still having a, slight, kind of a negative market breadth. But as we speak now, we're having a 9 losers and what and 8 gainers. But among the 9 losers, as I always say, these are, most of them are penny stocks, and also these penny stocks, have been giving money to investors in a while for that. They are taking profit on them. Stock like one that top the loser chart is a Royal Exchange. Remember, these Royal Exchange have been on this loser chart for almost 4 days because the stock moved also from as low as 70 kobo to as high as almost 168, 167 before that member. People are also taking profit. Also, until find also a support level before it can rebound. Then followed by selling back. Selling back is the second in the top losers for this hour. UBA is among that. You say UBA, it's a bank that will be marked down that tomorrow now, but still the price is still not looking up. Investor in this kind of position, I would say the bank has all it takes to sustain its price, fundamentals, and also because of the network operating outside the shore of Nigeria. For me, I would advise you take your dividend. But for those traders like me who are waiting for the markdown to see where it is, not jumping ahead of their word, ahead of their keyword number, which also suggests that if you are an investor or you're already in this store, you don't need to panic. Just take your dividend once the markdown, and if also the positive number Q1, just going to take the price up again. You have taken that dividend as what as your profit. That's why whether you base is kind of sliding down at this hour, you should not panic. For that. Resta Express, one of the courier company, also among the top users, followed by Cornerstone Insurance. These are the 5 top users as we speak now. Others are University Press and Co. But on the gainers chart, I told you earlier that we have 8 gainers this hour. For the top gainers as we speak now are UACN, Presco, Multiverse, Gaiz Bank, and what? And Livestock Fix. Then among the top gainers, that is why the market is in green. That's why we're having a slight negative bread. You can see that the life of NGS Group is among the gainers chart. Then Access Bank is there and Zenith Bank there. These are also bigger stocks that also impact the market. That's why we are seeing UACN and Presco, in addition to Zenith Bank and the Access Bank and NGS Group. You can see that the market is in green. It's also a sign that where the market is going for the day. If this is sustained, the market is likely to close positively. In addition to what we saw yesterday, because I've said it what I wrote this morning that until we see the market today, we want to confirm if the trend change we discussed yesterday, if it has come, because we saw that the market closed marginally yesterday in green. If we continue today and tomorrow, yes, we can see another change. But let's see what the market will do today. We are going to say a function of market forces as trading is ongoing now, and that is hard to know. But as far as they will have this position, I believe that the market will likely also close positive. But the top trades in volume, which is very important, I tell you, volume gives you an insight. You can see that there's volume in UPN and ETI. ETI, there's volume there, but the price has not changed. Also should give you a sign. If volume, that means are they buying to accumulate? Is there accumulation? Nobody wants to move the price. It also give you an idea what to do with ETI. For me, ETI is a good stock to watch. And if you are there with your position, if you want to jump in, you are very free to jump in at this price. Looking at the price pattern, also we're going to look at ETI, in course of our charting today. Then followed by UACN and the Cornerstone, and the last one there is the last stock here is Resta Express. These are the top trade in terms of volume as to speak at this hour. The market news before I go into chart is the UCAP directors dealings updated this morning again. Tell you that kind of thing you also look at when fund is flowing in the market. The fund is flowing within the portfolio of where you see directors also acquiring or buying into their position. Also, when they are selling, these are the things that send you signals. So you see a position where you also what happened in this UCAP and also Nestle from last year to January even to this year. You can see that they are acquiring more. Also, you can see that even staff of UCAP and directors are buying. That means you can see what happened in the result from no 70 kobo to what to 150 kobo. You see, when they see activities, they know what they are doing, and as they are buying, you as it and as investor or trader to also watch to see the trend. At what price are they buying? What volume are they buying? It's what's going to guide you. That's why I say flow of fund in equity investment is very important. When you see them buying, they are also kind of increasing their stake in that position. That means they are also seeing what you and I are not seeing because you are not there. That's why it's also. But when they are selling also, it also sends you a signal that why people exiting their position, where they work. These are how to also use to know what is happening in any company, also to guide you. Don't forget that yesterday we saw police microfinance gaining 10%. Just as a result of what also news that the board meeting is holding within the month on the 24th of March, and at the same time they are likely also to declare bonus. You saw because they want to recapitalize their on issue share to be converted to to share in terms of bonus to them. For me, no, that is what is driving the market, and these are information that are going to also support the market. You can see that Presco is still gaining, after they also notify the public or the investing public of their my board meeting coming up on the 23rd of March. The stock is still looking up because of what the news of likely bonus to come from that company at the end of their board meeting. I know it's not a regulated sector that want to send it to for regulators to approve. That means immediately after that 23rd March, we're likely to see the result either the next day or the next day or before the 31st of March, which is the ultimate deadline for every December year account to submit their audited account for 2021 financial year. This is the position of the market as we speak now. But people want to look at the chart to see what is happening in the market in terms of live chart. This is very, very important to every one of us here. You can see the chart here. I always leave it here to see. Seeing the straight line, we call it a line, using line to read the market. You can see that the market is oscillating here, but still on I call it a consolidation stage. It has not broken out. But also when you want to trade a breakout, yes, before I fall, when you trade a breakout, at this kind of situation now, you see market, on a stronger consolidation trend level for a while, you have to look at a breakout up or down. But you see a breakout up with a high volume, it sends you a lot of signal for it to go. That's why most times don't do the mistake that it does break out with a slight volume. It might also reverse. But when you see it is stronger, either in the index or individual stock price action, breaking out from the consolidation level or breaking out from resistance level, or also breaking out, reversing from also on a support level with good volume, it also gives you a signal to know what to do. That's why it's very, very important to always use your chart to know exactly what is happening. From here to here, you can see like a consolidation level, even from like I said yesterday, from February 8 or 7 to this day, you can see the market has not broken above the 47,613. Here it's struggling around the 14,482. That's where it's struggling and coming back. But the good news is that market has not broken down the 47,000 mark, which I always say is a sign that our market is still strong. The market is waiting for more information, and these are earnings the market feed on, and it's going to extend to April because we want to see Q1 of this listed company that had December at the end, and their number was to give you an insight what is likely to happen. Even though we know that this pre-election year, okay, if the politicians start spending money because of election, which sector will benefit from it more? No, these are the things to look at, and also most time, don't forget that during pre-election year like this, the government or whoever, they don't like the market to look at if the election heat or uncertainty is affecting the economy or the market. There's a way that the market also responds to that. That means for us, this period that we see a lot of volatility, and pre-election year, volatility also coming in or uncertainty, like to call it, there's also opportunity to make money in this season. That's why you need to also make yourself available at the coming what master class. Yes, want to turn this one quickly on to candlestick, which we have done now. Then quick one, want to call our indicators. Let's quickly look at the polygon band here, bring it up, then call other ones up, if to see the state of the market at this afternoon is very, very important for you and I, so that we know what we are doing, that we won't be guessing. That's why this live class is very, very important for every one of us. It gives us an insight to what is happening in the market, that we can take a decision immediately. We'll take decision immediately. Yes, but we want to look at the state of the market now. We want to look at the state of the market. Let me just take yeah. can see where it is. I want to make it so you can see, but you can see that the market as we speak now, is slightly above the two, the T line, which is the, eight days exponential, moving average, and the 20 days moving average of Bolivia market is still what you can see that it's slightly above it if you are seeing here. And also, if you look at your money flow is slightly looking down, and our MAD was called the MACD is also not looking up here, and this a day chart. Let's quickly look at the 1 hour chart to give us more information here. Okay, on 1 hour chart, you can see that the MACD is already on there. You can see it has crossed to another one, but yet to cross. You can see it here. There's still tiny little to cross over. So you can see that on the 1 hour chart, market is still flat, very very flat, but staying green as we speak, like marginally green around the 0.05 green. You can see that money flow is looking up, but still for me it's still low. It has not crossed 50, around 31, 32, which is okay. But let's look at this is the market direction now to speak. This for you to see the market position here. On index on a day chart, is as I said, it's positive, not in red. As far as above what the two line, the blue one, which is the T line, and the 20 days moving average. For me, it's a good position. But only that the money flow as we speak now is not looking up or flat at around 60, 64, and that means it has dropped off at Tuesday. It was reading almost 70, 74. Yesterday, it came down as what at 70. Today, now we're seeing around 64. Let's see what will happen tomorrow. But with all we're seeing in terms of this hour, market is not doing badly, but only that it's not making a good breakout. But see, that's why this consolidation stage has lingered. Market is waiting for a trigger. That trigger will come in form of liquidity. The good thing is that take the market volume shows that these institutional investors are not positioning, they are not selling. What are they waiting for? Dividend is likely, and that means if they are waiting for dividend, they are more likely to sell. That means if prices of stock adjust, they might like to stay back and come back easily because the institutional investors are also seeing what is happening in the physical market. Those that are taking position already in equity may try also to consolidate their position by coming to buy more before the markdown date of these companies or these equities that are listed. For me, that's what we want to watch for now because the volume not increasing. I can see even when the market was very there, they are still waiting and watching. You know that these investors are the ones that bring the volume spike most time. For them not selling anything or not buying, they are waiting for something. That means you also to keep your eyes in the market. You know exactly what they are looking for so that you can also move with them. Yes, quick one. Let's look at the formation of USCN. USCN, as we speak now, let's look at what is happening in USCN. This stock for almost 3 days now has been on a gaining chart. That's why it's not good, but gaining 5%. That 5% I'm moving to almost 12 naira. Says that we need to look at what is happening and the chart formation of this stock. If it's time for us to start taking profits or no. Also, market is looking forward to their audited account. What is likely to come from the company. If on the strength of their fundamentals, not too tangible. If you have made money in this kind of rally, you exit before the result comes. The result might come and see people exiting and it becomes difficult for you. That is why as we chat now, we're going to give information to know what to do if you are in a position, already in this position. You can see that you can see a sustain after a reversal here. You can see it here trending up. Let's quickly bring the you can see it up here. That thought as high as almost 12 naira before coming down to this 11.92, and you can see I have broken out its recent resistance level on this movement, on this this small movement you are seeing this long candlestick, and also it also call for caution too if you are made profit, but if not, you can still watch and see. But knowing that tomorrow is Friday, I know that if you look at the market here, our pattern of trading, Friday is most day for people to take profit. If you have profit already, today is also right for you to take profit before tomorrow, where everybody wants to exit. For me, the stock is strong. Let's call our indicators fast on it before we go to another one. I want to look at Presco and ETI before we call it a day. I always say at the end of each class, you have to take something that will make or better your position. For this 30 minutes you are with us, you will just go and see that something has affected your position or portfolio positively, that you also be smiling to the bank at the end of the day. That is the essence of the life class. It's not just to come and talk. We want to say something that you go and practice, put into action and see. Yes, you can see your blue line here. You can see that the stop is broken out the upper Bollinger, who said it's also a sign for sell. But if you are using Bollinger Band as your catching point or your entry and exit position, you can see here. Like I said, you can nothing stop you if you are made profit to start exiting. If you are entered here and see this rally up, you can also learn. You can see that it's above the T line, even higher, which is that is strong. And MACD is strongly positive here. You can see it here yourself. You can see that the histogram is looking up, not on the downside. See how it was, and you see after forming like almost like a double button here for pick up and pick up from almost 10 naira to almost 11. That's almost 2 naira on that. That is okay if you are there for short term. Also, the good thing that the money flow is also looking up. When the thing change, you can see it here. When the change pull back, now phone is entering the stock. You can see it's almost reading around the 74 to 75 in terms of money flow. It's also tell you that funds are really entering the stock. That suggests that today that is strong, knowing that tomorrow is Friday, I would advise if you have made profit, you can quickly also exit the position from experience. Then quick one, look at the ETI. Look at ETI to see what is happening in ETI. Yes, let's see what's happening in ETI. Yes, as we speak now, ETI is having volume, good volume in terms of volume spark, which we're going to look at. You can see now it's marginally in red, but let's look at the chart to see what is happening there. What is that? Then for me, any pullback at this point in ETI is a great opportunity for you to take position ahead of their corporate action, which I said yesterday. At the same time, their Q1. Yes, it's doing it has dropped from 1195 to 1194. Let's see how the chart look like. Let's see how the chart look like, so that you can know exactly what is happening in ETI now. It's good to always look at. Yes, you can see the volume. You can see that volume is trading above the average volume. I told you anytime you see this bar across the black line, that means it's above the average. You can see it now that it's trading above the trended average. And let's turn this one to. Also, before I turn it to candles, you can see that after at this level almost 1195, and it's still now looking down. It has stayed down 95 for a long time, even when the market opened to this afternoon. Like I said, it's possible that it can reverse, but any pullback at this point also is a good point to also jump into the stock. Let's turn it to, yeah, you can see now, you can see the green, you can see now after you have opened, you can see a red candle here. That's why you are seeing red position here. Let's look at indicators here to also make it more easier for you to understand why this political band is coming up, for you to know where the position of this stock. Because if I'm not using any other indicator, you know what the rule in political band: when it touch the upper political, it's a sign of sell. When it touch the down political band, it's a sign for you to buy. And whenever it crosses the center line, which is the 20 range, it's also a sign to buy if the stock have refused to touch the down political band line, and it stay at stage. But when it cross over that, also when it is coming down, I refuse to also to break down the 20 days moving. Also, you can still be watching. But let it break down that 20 days moving average from that level for a while. It's also a sign for it also to jump out. That's why you need to understand these rules when you are trading. But now you can see that political band is not almost there. It's still up, but the stock has crossed the 20 days moving average. In terms of political band, let's call other indicators as usual. The MACD, the money flow, and these are simple ones that you can use anytime, any day, with any platform you want to give you a guide. Once you know how to use this, I will tell you that you can catch your entry and exit, and especially with the T line. That will make it easier and simpler for you. Yes, if you look at this stock now, you can see yes, it's bullish. You can see it here, but you can see there's also in the same direction as the stock does move from 1195 95 to 85. You can see that money flow also have confirmed that trend now. Now around the 59.60 or almost around the uh, around the 70 to this level now. You can see it's here already showing here, and you can see that we're seeing red here and above C lines too. These are the two lines that even when it was showing red, it's still strong above C line, but it will have a sell signal once it crosses the C line down. And also look at the candlestick formation at the end of the day. That will also give you a good indication what to do. But this volume here we're seeing is a good volume. But now we're seeing that it's like a sell volume. But at the end of the day, we now know exactly what happened. To speak, the MACD is positive, while the price action is slowing down, but have not crossed the 8 days the T line and also the 20 days moving average. For me, it's also a good one for the market. Yes, you can see that the stocks that are looking up now, Presco and the so know that TI is looking down. For Presco and USN, you can see their position. These are the good things that when you are charting, look at market life and tell exactly what to do. Market is staying in green at this hour as a result of what price appreciation in Presco, in Zenith Bank, Access, and what and NGS. These are the factors that are keeping the market up. And as I said earlier, it can sustain the market at the end of the day. But if other more high cap or medium cap stuff also take an uptrend, or still market moving, but once the market breakout, this 47,482 and above, then also break out the 47,613.72. I want to see that we're seeing another new trend in the market. And when the market is going up, you want to take some stocks also up because it takes some stocks that are rally to support the index to go up. That means anytime market is going up, there are some stocks responsible for that. That's why, as an investor, the movement in the index has also influence on individual stock. Yes, thank you and God bless you. We look forward to see you at the coming masterclass. Yes, don't forget that by Saturday, 12 minutes, we'll be having a question and answer question. If you want to ask question on this discussion, you are very free. Go to our social media platform, ask your question. If you want to wait till Saturday afternoon to ask your question, where you have a large house to answer and contribute, you are very free